The emergency session of the Galactic Council had been called within hours of the first detection. Ambassador Kethvar of the Zilonian Empire stood before the assembled delegates, his forearms trembling as he activated the holographic display. The image that materialized above the council chamber's center sent ripples of shock through the gathered representatives of 47 different species. It was massive, impossibly massive. The vessel measures approximately 12 kilometers. In length, Kethvar announced, his translator struggling to convey the magnitude. Our sensors indicate it possesses firepower equivalent to an entire sector fleet. The humans. They call it the Indomitable Will. Commander James Harrison stood on the bridge of humanity's first Titan-class warship, watching the stars streak past through the reinforced transparisteel viewport. At 35, he was the youngest commander ever assigned to a vessel of this magnitude, but his record during the Outer Rim conflicts had earned him the respect of both his crew and high command. "Sir, we're receiving multiple hails from what appears to be a large gathering of ships," reported Lieutenant Fiza Khan from the communication station. Her dark eyes reflected the blue glow of her console as streams of data cascaded across her screens. "I'm detecting at least 40 different transmission signatures, each using different encryption protocols." James turned to face his communications officer, noting the slight tension in her voice. Fiza had served with him for 3 years, and he'd learned to trust her instincts. If she was concerned, there was good reason. "Any of them using standard diplomatic frequencies?" he asked, moving to stand behind her station. "Several are, sir. The main transmission is coming from a massive station. It's hard to get accurate readings, but it appears to be artificial, possibly a constructed habitat of some kind." Fiza's fingers danced across her console. "The signal is requesting immediate communication with our fleet commander." James raised an eyebrow. "Fleet commander, we're traveling alone." "That's what I told them, sir. They didn't seem to believe me." The weight of the moment settled on James's shoulders. First contact with an alien civilization, or rather, what appeared to be multiple civilizations, and they thought the Indomitable Will was part of a larger fleet. He couldn't blame them. The Titan class had been designed to be humanity's ultimate deterrent, a single vessel capable of defending an entire star system. "Put them through, Lieutenant. Full diplomatic protocols." The main screen flickered to life, revealing what James could only describe as a war council. Dozens of alien faces stared back at him, some reptilian, others insectoid, a few that defied easy categorization. At the center sat a being with 4 arms and skin that shifted between purple and blue hues. "I am Ambassador Kethvar speaking. For the Galactic Council," the alien began. "You represent the species known as humans." "I do. I'm Commander James Harrison of the Earth Defense Force vessel Indomitable Will. I assume this is first contact between our species?" A murmur ran through the assembled aliens. Kethvar's skin shifted to a deeper purple. "Commander, we must ask, how many vessels of this classification does your species possess?" James exchanged a glance with Fiza, who shrugged almost imperceptibly. The truth seemed like the best policy. "The Indomitable Will is our first Titan-class vessel, Ambassador. We've recently completed construction of 2 more, with plans for additional units pending resource allocation." The reaction was immediate. Several aliens began speaking at once in languages the universal translator couldn't process quickly. Enough. One delegate, resembling a crystalline spider, actually fell from its seat. Kethvar raised all 4 arms for silence. "Commander Harrison," Kethvar said carefully, "you must understand our concern. Your vessel possesses more firepower than most member species' entire naval forces. The energy signatures we're detecting suggest weapon systems we've classified as planet killers, and you say your people have built 3 of them." James felt a chill run down his spine. Humanity had designed the Titan class as a defensive measure, a deterrent against potential threats in the unexplored regions of space. They'd never considered how such vessels might appear to other civilizations. "Ambassador," James said, choosing his words carefully, "the Indomitable Will and her sister ships are defensive platforms. Humanity has only recently achieved interstellar capability, and we built these vessels to protect our worlds while we explored the galaxy. We had no knowledge of the Galactic Council or the established civilizations beyond our borders. Defensive? The crystalline spider being had managed to return to its seat. Commander, your defensive vessel could sterilize the surface of a planet in minutes. Our combined fleets would require coordinated effort from multiple species to achieve such destructive capability. Fiza looked up from her console, her expression troubled. Sir, I'm detecting massive fleet movements throughout this sector. It appears multiple civilizations are mobilizing their naval forces. James felt the weight of history pressing down on him. Humanity's first contact with galactic civilization, and they'd terrified everyone simply by existing. The irony wasn't lost on him. They'd built the Titans to protect humanity from the unknown, but the unknown was now mobilizing to protect itself from humanity. Ambassador Kethvar, James said, stepping closer to the screen. I propose a solution. The indomitable will remain at the edge of this system while diplomatic teams establish formal contact. We'll provide complete technical specifications of our vessels and defensive capabilities. In return, we ask for the opportunity to learn about the Galactic Council and explore the possibility of peaceful coexistence. The aliens conferred among themselves for several minutes. Finally, Kethvar spoke. Commander, your proposal is acceptable. However, we must ask that your other Titan-class vessels remain in human space until formal treaties can be established. Understood, Ambassador. I'll contact Earth Command immediately. As the transmission ended, Fiza turned to face her commander. Sir, do you think this will work? They seem genuinely terrified of us. James stared out at the stars, where he could now see the running lights of dozens of alien vessels, maintaining what they clearly considered a safe distance. Fear can be overcome, Lieutenant. It's hatred we need to worry about. Let's hope we can turn their fear into respect before it becomes something worse. The indomitable will held its position at the system's edge, a 12-kilometer testament to human engineering and ingenuity. Unknown to both humans and aliens, this moment would later be remembered as the day the galaxy learned that Earth's children built their shields to be stronger than anyone else's swords, and sometimes that made all the difference.